Hey guys, working on another bad boy, the Kohler 7000 series. So the zero turn came in, the engine was locked up. The first thing you want to check when the engine's locked up is this electric clutch right here. You see it down here. Take the main bolt out, disconnect the wire, and drop this clutch off the shaft and see if the engine will turn with this clutch off. Of course, you got to take your belts off, or your mower belt off, to get this clutch off. And before we go any farther, I'll tell you a little tip for you guys out there running these mowers. If you don't know this, when you engage your PTO, you should not be at full throttle. You should throttle back at least half throttle and engage your PTO. Then go to full throttle to cut. Come back to half throttle again and disengage your PTO. And that takes away a lot of wear and tear on that clutch that I just showed you. So in this case, the clutch was okay. So next I loosened the starter up to make sure the starter wasn't binding in the flywheel. That wasn't it. So next I loosened the magnetos to make sure that they weren't binding in the flywheel, and they weren't. So there was nothing binding the flywheel externally. So I went into the engine itself, and as you can see, this is the lower sump pan. As you see on the new engine, this pan here sits on the tractor itself, and I don't know if you can see in there or not, but you can see that's all galled. And then here's the bottom of the crankshaft. The crank sits in there like this, and you look at the bottom of the crank and it's all galled. This is a very rare failure because it is in the bottom of the sump. And of course, there's an oil hole here coming right from the oil filter, and none of these holes are plugged or anything. So the filter was not plugged and the oil was good. So I have no idea why it failed, but there's another Kohler 7000 series failure for you if you get a locked up engine. Take care.